Hey guys, Art13131 here, and we are still in week 2, assignment number 4, and homework. So, assignment number 4 is an upside down drawing. This does not mean you just draw anything you want upside down of your own choice. I have a example for you to draw upside down, and you can find this guy sitting in a chair, right? There's no shading to it, it's just lines. Basically, what you're learning to do is use the right side of your brain, because you're not supposed to be recognizing as much in your subconscious that there's a guy in a chair upside down, because it's upside down. Supposedly, you're just sort of recognizing the shapes that meet up with each other. All these different shapes, circles and squares and rectangles, and then folds and lines and everything, all meet up to create this image. Now, you do sort of have to be conscious that you're going to get everything in the page. So you have to sort of map out how big this head area is compared to the rest of the hands and the torso and the chair and what he's sitting in. So you sort of have to map that out and govern that. So, I would take maybe a section of this and start on it, like break it into thirds. Break the page into thirds in your mind. Maybe this is the third down here where the head basically is, and then all the rest kind of gets put together from there. The outcome isn't as important as the process here, so basically you're using the right side of your brain to do this. There's also another, let me see if I can find it. Upside down drawing, right side of the brain printout is what I want to find, and I don't know if I can find it, but I don't really see it. I'll find it later. It's probably here somewhere. But it's a printout about right side and left side of the brain. Let me see if it's in here. These are all the images I use. Nope. I'll have to find that later. But anyway, it's kind of interesting. In any case, this image can be found on the right or the left side bar as you're coming to the course page, and you'll see syllabus there. Well, click on syllabus, and it's included in the syllabus area. So is the weekly schedule that you can print out and have available. The syllabus there, weekly schedule, and this upside down guide, this drawing. That you place it upside down, and you draw it upside down. And you're supposed to be using the right side of your brain to do that. More perception than analytical. And there's a whole list of them, and I'll find that and send that out in maybe an email or whatever. But anyway, that's that project for number 4. And then also there's a homework, which is drawing your own feet. Now notice it says feet. Feet is 2 feet, 2, not just 1 foot. A lot of problem with students is they send me a drawing of a foot, and it's not. So it's feet, so you want feet. Let me see. I have some drawings here to look at. Now notice all the shading, all the light and dark areas, everything we've been talking about with the ball that was shaded in the video about shading, and also the last assignment for kitchen items and shoes. We're all about shading with light and dark tones and midtones. So you have very light tones and then the very dark tones and everything in between. All these other grays that differ are all different levels of tones. That's what I'm talking about when I say that. You have the lightest area here, a reflection on the skin from light source, and then you have the very darkest area in there, and you probably have 7 different levels of other shades, from very light gray to a little darker gray, a little darker gray, now a little even darker, and then the darkest gray. That's how you get the shape. That's how you create shape and what your subject matter is. Otherwise, it's flat on the paper. It doesn't have a shape. It doesn't have a 3D appearance. So all in between the toes, all have very dark areas. Then the toes actually have various different tones as they go across the toe, catching the light and being in the shadow area of the light. Same with the heel and back in here. But I want you to look at your own feet, like prop them up, maybe just take a photo, have a single light source. And preferably one that is coming from either the left side or the right side so that it isn't right on the top of your foot. That's not going to create a lot of shadow areas. The reason this is so strong here is because it does have, I believe the light is coming from this direction because that's more lit up than that side. Now, that's what you want, so you can create a lot of different tone quality and different levels of tone that you're going to shade in to the feet after you decide the proportions of the feet, where the toes are, how big the foot is, where the heel is. It doesn't have to be in this position either. It can be in several different positions. That sort of position. You could just do the tops. Do more of this. This is kind of cut off right halfway. Do a little more than that. Show the toes and the rest of the foot on both feet. 2 feet. This is feet, right? 2 feet. Don't do 1 foot and send that to me. I'll say, where's the other foot? So yeah, you want feet. It says draw your own feet. Okay. In this one, there's lights and darks too, showing where the veins are, where the bones are, where the light is not hitting in between the toes, and then on the side of the toes, on the sides right here, it's a little darker. Then it gets lighter up here, and then this one's got hairs on there. If you want to put those in, fine. And the toenails have a shiny part and a darker part, and tones in between. Even if they're painted, they're going to have that. Don't do just toenails with no tone on them at all. That's not going to work. The toenails have tone. And it's also good to do a little background. This one's a really strong drawing because of that. That has a little background and a cast shadow. See the cast shadow on the ground? Light's coming from this direction. There's darker areas on the other side of the foot where the light isn't shining on it. And you do have all the other areas where light is shining on it. The same with this one. It doesn't have a cast shadow. That maybe they're just sort of sticking up in the air. That's okay. But, one way or the other, put them in a position. Have 2 feet. Cross them or just put them straight like that. That's fine. Have someone take another position of your feet, a photo of it. Isn't coming from where you're actually looking, and then maybe draw from that. Otherwise, just draw from your own feet propped up. That's a good way to do it too. All right, so that's basically everything. Don't forget this guy. He's found under the syllabus on the left sidebar on the course page. Click on syllabus. You'll find upside down drawing, upside down guy. Okay? Get that out, maybe print it out, or just look at it on your computer. It's probably better printed out. And start drawing this guy upside down. There's no shading, so you don't have to have shading. All right, and then we're going to talk with you later on all that. Thank you. Hello.